Hi guys, it's your boy BDR and I'm back with another AQ Roads video. Now, today's video is going to be an overview on Yami no Ronin. So, about Yami no Ronin, this class came out about 4 years ago. Well, during the pandemic. So this class is 4 years old. I thought it would be nice, do an overview on it, see if the class can, still be using content, or for anyone that's like who has the class and wants to know how to use it basically. So yeah, Yami no Ronin is a dodge class. Those classes still exist outside of Timekeeper. And yeah, let's take a look at it. Let's get started with how to obtain Yami no Ronin. All right, so the only way to obtain Yami no Ronin is by slash join Dark Ally. After you've completed the Dark you know Ally saga, you can go right here. Blade Blade Master. Now there is two types of quests, there's quests and there's shortcut quests. The shortcut quests are, so you can get meditation, but you do need, either the Blade Master or the Sword Master class in order to get, that meditation. Okay, talk to the H of Evil. Yami no Ronin. Now you need both the Yokai Sword Scroll and the Blade Master Sword Scroll in order to do this. Now there is, the Path to Power, which you can, that's one quest to complete to get the Sword Scroll. Or you could do, the non-shortcut path. This is like the other quest to do the Blade Master Sword Scroll. And here's the quest, Folded Steel, whatnot. Edge of an Era to get the Yokai Sword Scroll. I'll just show the other quests right here. Yeah. And for the Yokai Sword Scroll, you are gonna need, the Oni Skull Charm, which requires rank 10 Yokai at slash join Akiba. So, yeah, you can kind of say this is like a Yokai rep class, but not really. In my opinion, I just think that rep classes are just like you get the reputation to 10 and automatically get the class. Not get the class, not get the reputation, do extra stuff for the class. That's just, my take, my opinion on what reputation classes are. Alright then, now we got that out of the way. Let's look at the skills. Yami no Ronin gains mana when they strike an enemy in combat or dodge an attack. Also restores HP as well. The auto attack, Bato. Short range attack. Attack your enemy from the shadows using the cover of darkness. Each hit applies flash, increasing your outgoing damage, hit chance, and crit chance by 4% and revealed, reducing your dodge by 7 and damage resistance by 4%. Both effects last 15 seconds and can stack all the way up to 20. Then we have the rank 1 skill, Tachi. Short range, one target. The first strike increases your outgoing damage by 20% for 9 seconds. The second strike increases your outgoing physical damage by 20% for 7 seconds. And the third strike increases your crit chance by 150% for 5 seconds. Effects do not refresh. Always hits but can't crit. Rank 2, Yami no Maku. Hope I'm pronouncing this stuff right. 20 mana, 14-second cooldown, long range. Now, the darkness gradually consumes your opponent before fading away, applying a DLT that grows progressively stronger for the next 10 seconds. Also has a 35% chance to apply Spinning Dragon, reducing their next attack to 0 damage. Always hits but can't crit. There we have Keto. 3 mana, 3-second cooldown, short range attack, one target. Gouge your target with your weapon, dealing strong damage. You also absorb their life force, destroying health based on damage dealt. Also applies 1 stack of flash and revealed. Your rank 4 passives, Hisome increases dodge by 80%, and Goyu increases outgoing damage by 35%. There we have Jigen Kogeki. Jigen Kogeki. Wow. Short range, one target. Using your control of the shadows to tear reality itself, dealing unavoidable strong damage. If Yami's applied on your opponent, deals massive damage. Depending on how much time is left before it fades, less time means more damage. Consumes all flash and revealed. And then the rank 10 passive, Sukudo, increases haste and crit chance by 15%. So what we can get at here is that Yami no Ronin, you know, we need to like hit this, the Tachi, multiple times to get all three stacks. This is more like, dodge, avoid damage, and 5 is your nuke as well. So we could tell us that, Yami no Ronin is a dodge class that can apply multiple effects and, can apply a nuke and, increases damage as the fight goes on, which is pretty nice. Now we got that out of the way, let's move on to combos and enhancement. Alright guys, so here's the build that we're rocking with Yami no Ronin. Now before I continue, Yami no Ronin has two builds, an offensive DPS build and a dodge build, more based off of survivability and whatnot. The build I'm showing you right now is the offensive build, so I'm going to show two clips, one with the offensive build and one with the dodge build. So this is the build I'm rocking with for offense. If you have Dauntless, use it. Valiance is like a nice secondary option. Now, if you care a little bit more about DPS, you can also, use Ravenous, but I just like Valiance more. Lucky because it's class crits. Vanglory because we're not going to be healing with this class. We're just dodging, so yeah, Vanglory for DPS. And Anima for that extra 10% hit chance. But 75%. Now then, for your offensive combo, you're going to want to do 3, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, and then 5. And then repeat. Now, this class could be quite tricky to learn. Sometimes, all that 2, 4, 2, 4 and whatnot. But once you get the hang of it, this class is actually quite easy to master. Oh, damn, 90k already. So yeah, this is the offensive, burst class. As you can see, we're doing 90k crits, 71 again. So this class can really go all out with its burst damage and just, dish damage right out the gate. Here, Valiance is also helping out as well. It just makes well for like nice soloing as well with its nuke in 5. As you can see here, a minute to 690k damage with the offensive build. So in conclusion, the offensive build can really like deal up some nice burst damage right out the gate, 90k, 100k, whatnot. So yeah, in conclusion, offensive, if you care more about DPS. Now then, let's look at the dodge build. Alright, here is the dodge build. Vim for less mana consumption. Alright then, for your dodge combo, you're going to want to do 3, 2, 2, 2, 5, then 2, 2, 5, and then repeat. Now this class, this class's secondary mode, being the dodge build, basically avoiding damage as much as you can. This class has pretty good survivability when you're in this mode. Oh, we're just going to do this. 45k right there. Pretty nice. Pretty nice for the dodge build. Less damage, but, you're basically not going to be taking any damage as well. That's if you care more about survivability more than DPS. Do this again. But you do have to be quick with it though before, the first stack of 3 disappears. But yeah, this is the dodge build. 720,000 minute 33. I mean, seems like, yeah, this is the dodge build. In conclusion, the dodge build is good if you're trying to like fight bosses such as, Primarch, Legion, Lich King, etc. More majority of like the one-shot, two-shot bosses like level 90 Hydras and whatnot. Yami no Ronin is a good dodge class for those types of fights. Now then, let's look at Yami no Ronin in terms of farming. So yeah, in terms of farming, yeah, don't use this class in terms of farming. It's a single target class. Why are you doing this to yourself, trying to use this class as a farming? This class's bread and butter is to be a soloing class, not a farming class. So yeah, use something else for farming. Now let's move on to survivability. Alright guys, let's look at Yami no Ronin in terms of survivability. Now, in terms of survivability, Yami no Ronin actually does his job extremely well. It does well with his job being a dodge soloer, being able to not take damage, especially with, its dodge build. With Vim, less mana being involved as well. As you can see, we're barely taking any damage. Damage from Legion Lichlord, which is known to be, a one-shot, two-shot boss that could basically, one-shot, two-shot about almost all classes in the game. Here we're just like, we're doing good. Right here. Right here. It's just, this survivability is just, it's so incredible. It's just so incredible. This is like probably the best dodge class outside of like, Timekeeper. Incredible burst damage as well with 5. It's just, it could really protect you in some situations. Like crazy. It's just, it's pretty good. And this is with Valiant, mind you. We have the chance to apply Spinning Dragon, which causes, our opponent to take, less, which causes us to take, less damage. And there we go right there. No damage. Right there. So in terms of survivability, this class has one of the best, survivability in the entire game. The only class that could probably match it is probably, Great Thief, Timekeeper, but those are like pay to win classes that not everyone has. So basically another conclusion in terms of survivability, Yami no Ronin is like the best, non-ultra pay to win, dodge class. Basically, in short, yeah. Yami no Ronin survivability, one of the best in the entire game. Now let's move on to support and final thought. Alright guys, so in terms of support, the only type of support you're going to get from Yami no Ronin in group fights is from 3. What 3 does, it can apply a DOT and has a 35% chance to apply Spinning Dragon. But, there are some bosses that can kind of like negate that or be like, their damage can't be, reduced and whatnot. So yeah, that's pretty much it for support. Now then, the pros about Yami no Ronin is that, it has one of the best survivability classes in the entire game. Like, with the dodge mode, you could basically dodge damn near anything in this entire game. Primarch, Legion Lich Lord, etc. This class is a great soloer at that thanks to its survivability, and it also has, great DPS and nuke damage. As well as you saw earlier, we hit like 90Ks, 70Ks, whatnot. Now, the cons about Yami no Ronin is that you have to be a member of the Legion to, shortcut your way through, otherwise you're going to be spending a whole bunch of time. And you're only really going to be using this class against, stuff like Legion Lich Lord, Archfiend Dragon Lord, level 90 Hydras, etc. So that's what this class truly, shines at in those types of fights against one-shot, two-shot bosses. That's pretty much been it for the cons. Now, my final verdict about Yami no Ronin is Yami no Ronin is a fantastic soloing class with like amazing, I mean amazing dodge capabilities that could basically damn near solo everything in the game. I highly recommend this class if you're a player that usually plays, by themselves for the most part, or if you're looking for, a nice soloing class to have, especially if you don't have, Chaos Avenger or VHL. Yami no Ronin is an excellent option if you don't have neither. Alright then, that's basically been it for the Yami no Ronin video. Make sure to like, subscribe. Alright, I forgot. So, like, I may be thinking about buying, the 10K chest soon. I'm just gonna wait for like the second, I'm just gonna wait for like the second update to see if I could like buy this or not. I might make a review on it, might not. I'm most likely gonna be buying the chest and doing a review. So yeah. And yeah, chest looks good in my opinion so far. Let's see what the second shipment has to offer. That's pretty much been it. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and yeah. Hi guys, out.